It's interesting, even in this day and age when it's very common for both spouses to work outside the home, that usually one spouse is the person that handles the finances. And if you start a divorce action, you file what they call a summons and petition, and in that summons there are specific restraining orders about the use of assets. And so once it's filed, the clock starts ticking and you have an obligation to use the money in a way that the divorce court would think is appropriate. So if you're going to do any changes, you need to do changes before you file the summons and petition, or otherwise you're going to get in trouble with the court. If you haven't planned that far ahead and you get served with a summons and petition, understand that you are subject to those restraining orders, and if you spend money inappropriately, and the statute calls for no spending except for the necessities of life or in the usual course of business or for your attorney's fees, if you violate that, it's going to cost you time and money in the divorce process. So summons and petition are served. You have to obey those requirements. So oftentimes people will get along well enough so that they can work out the finances, but a lot of times you have to go through your attorneys and sometimes the court to get access to money. And a lot of couples, again, one person handles the finances, so the accounts, the investment accounts, bank accounts, they're all in one person's name, and you can't have access to that unless a court orders it. So if you're in a marriage situation, you want to make sure that you have equal access to the bank accounts, to the investment accounts. And if you're thinking about getting divorced, you want to talk to your lawyer about how you may get some of those assets in your name before you start the divorce, so you're not stuck with that restraining order.